When we set out to make this, we came up with a filter that is we like to call right brain comedy. The combination of funny and audacious and authentic. And then we came up with a list of people that we really wanted to work with. And at the very tippy top of that list was Dan Harmon. Everything that he's done with regard, they're loading on the stage. I'm literally vamping so that they can load Dan's vodka on stage. We really wanted to work with him, and he pitched a show which is the marriage of Dinner for Five, Rick and Morty, and Game of Thrones. And it's a brilliant idea. It's really strange, but I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to actually bring up the creator himself, literally a TV legend. I'm really happy he's here. I'm grateful he's here, Mr. Dan Harmon. No. Come on. Dan Harmon. No, don't step on that.
Wait, what?
The first thing they told me is don't walk on that.
Why is it there?
Just to trap you.
What in the fuck? What? What?
They literally, I should have probably told you that beforehand.
That's not, there's signs everywhere for everything. That's the one place there should be one.
We had a long conversation. They said, whatever you do, don't let Dan walk on that.
I
have failed horribly at everything.
Everyone knew but me.
How are you?
Another thing well, here's the thing that everyone knows but you can get Werner Herzog, the real one, for like $1,000. I've done it.
We decided to go with a fake Werner Herzog.
That's not on record. That's just some guy doing he's $1,000.
Werner?
The real one.
We should have just called him then.
He doesn't. He always wants the money. His documentaries are not.
Don't make money. Everyone knows. Yeah. I used to make documentaries. That's why I'm making comedy now.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. Thank you.
So, can you talk a little bit about what Harmon Quest will be?
It's something that I've been conceiving ever since the day that we were doing Harmon Town, my podcast, which was never a career choice. In fact, it's been detrimental to my career in every way because it's the show at which I played the Chevy Chase voicemail and got fired. I subsequently made it into a podcast because I was like, well, if this is not going to be intimate, then let's just broadcast it. And at that show, at one point, I thought I've been fascinated with a certain fantasy role-playing game that has no name, let alone any initials or anything that anyone would recognize. My entire life, I've written a lot of sketches about it. It's my introduction to everything. Before improv, before anything, it was like the ultimate gate into
storytelling.
And just safety for nerds and this whole culture that we've entered. But and so in the podcast, I said at one point, I at the time I thought the joke will be how not entertaining it is to play this game. And so I actually thought in my head, I bet in my audience, if I ask for 7 dungeon masters, 7 will raise their hand. And nobody raised their hand except for one guy who came up on stage, and his name was Spencer, who we'll meet later. And he'll later say he was like living in Simi Valley area, and he came that night through some weird pot-induced like hallucination that like he was like, I bet I should go ask. I think I should play D&D with Dan Harmon. It's all very trippy and weird. But he became a fixture, and we've been playing the game ever since. And since then, I was like, my fascination with the funniest thing I've ever seen on TV, which was the Ricky Gervais HBO show, because I love the relationship between the real audio of like Carl Pilkington trying to explain himself and this team of animators that are like so gifted that they're like, oh no, this guy is struggling and being mocked, but like I went to art school. I can show you what he means when he's talking about his theory about birds or worms or something. And
they actually make his point better than he ever could.
Absolutely. And everyone's point is made when they're supported by
beautiful animation.
Yes, or any medium. Yeah, it's truly like anyone can be a hero and all that stuff. So, and in fantasy role playing, that's what you're drawn to, is the idea that you could be a hero, and yet the irony often is that you can take 10 minutes to open a door because you argue.
I'm going to try my sword. I'm going to try this.
And I think it's funny. And so the idea from the get-go was, or from the CISO.
Nice. That was nice.
You should have called it Get-Go. It's.
Can we change that?
It'll remind people of auto insurance. They'll love it. By the way, Shapiro. What are you? Are you an Avenger or just a self-loathing Jew? Like what?
Both.
Shapiro.
This is one of many times I've been called a self-loathing Jew.
What Shapiro? Why?
It's seriously?
Yeah.
It's a Philadelphia thing. If you're from the Delaware Valley or down there, everyone thinks you're like a highfalutin Levine, Stein. It's really actually like typical South Jersey white trash bullshit.
Okay, I get it.
609. Anyone? Not 69, 609. It's an area code inside.
My grandparents on my mom's side, last name now pronounced Reek, used to be Reich.
Well, you can see why they've changed that.
Yes, I can, Mr. Shapiro. Yes, well played. Let's all live in a masquerade.
Yeah, I'm supporting my father's family.
As we all are. Anyways, where was I? Yeah, we're launching a show. It's called CISO. It's $4 a month. Bye. Oh, shit. Don't walk on the thing. It's a trap. There's nothing but dead Bengal tigers down there. Where'd he go? Oh,
Name
shit.
Cecil. Or Cecil.
Okay, so it's... so that's it. I don't know. I pitched it to Amy Carlson at UCP.
Universal Cable Productions, our production partner on this, and then we met on a teleconference.
Yeah, because you came in subsequently.
I had to sell
snatched
you.
it up.
I had to sell you.
Right.
On doing it with us. And one of the things that was on the interwebs this weekend is why you decided, why this place of all places to do it. And I don't know the answer to that question, so I ask it very risk-takingly.
Because the budget was higher. Because no one would ever, it wouldn't be on regular TV. Like it could have been a web thing, but it would have to be all animation. You said Dinner for Five, which you had a hand in creating, right?
Indeed,
so the show will be, the animation isn't done, but we've shot the stuff. So what it is amazing, like sort of Dinner for Five quality. Nathan Fillion sitting at a table with Spencer and myself and Jeff Davis and my now ex-wife Erin McGathy. God damn it, distracting.
You did that, not me.
It was the show. The show broke us up. You will hear from my lawyer, David Fleischman.
I thought isn't it like Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe?
Dewey, Cheatham, and who? It's all about the vowels.
So it's Nathan and a bunch of other really cool people coming in.
Celebrity guests, most of whom have shows on CISO.
And then you roll the die and you go into the fantasy role playing, and then it animates.
It's animation. It's like 80% animation.
What you promised me is beautiful animation.
It is. It's going to be beautiful.
I hope so, because I'm paying enough. So with that, thank you again for... It's nice. You should do a spit take there.
It's not beautiful.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for bringing your crew. And with that, I will cede the stage.
Okay.
To you and your...
Oh, you mean leave it.
Or side the stage. To you and your Harmon Quest at Harmontown crew.
All right, great. The Steve Jobs is dead. Long live Evan Shapiro. Shapiro, God damn it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SVA Theater. Am I correct about that? Which stand? No, what's it called? SVA. What's that stand for? School of Visual Arts Theater here somewhere in New York City. A very rare special Harmontown is now in session. Please welcome, emerging gently from his chrysalis like a magnificent butterfly, the mayor of Harmontown, the star of Harmon Quest, Mr. Dan Harmon!
TV isn't the same as it used to be. There's gonna be some changes. Okay, all right. That's fine.
We can get the lights back up now.
Everyone's a critic.
All right.
Literally, tonight, everyone's a critic.
Not loud enough. I don't feel loud.
Yeah, I mean...
You don't feel loud either.
No, and what the truth is, normally...
being in a small, intimate space doing this where you...
We're used to more monitor, too, but I will say, when we were watching all the very funny content, the level's very low. It's like, you should blast the people with the funny stuff. Are they... Okay, someone's sarcastically turning it up now. There it is. There it is. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, we got it. That's where it should have been. That cartoon was amazing. The cyanide thing.
Very funny.
That's intimidatingly funny. Has anyone pulled off a cartoon sketch show? Robot Chicken. All right. Different venue. That's why I do that. A competitor. All right. We don't have anything to talk about, so let's keep it moving.
We have one thing to talk about. When you walked across this inch and a half piece of plywood, it bowed like a fiddle.
Why would that be there? I
don't know.
That's insane. I don't want to talk about it.
I was almost certain that was the end of my career, because if without you, I'm nobody.
I would be honored to die that way, but angry.
But you said that beneath it is a pit full of dead Bengal tigers. You'd land gently on a bunch of soft Bengal tigers down there.
Well, yeah, but like even a dead Bengal tiger. Have you ever stepped on a dead bee? That's the only bee I've ever been stung by. I stepped on a dead bee on a beach. We'll talk about it later.
How did you know it was dead when you stepped on it? Oh, you saw a dead bee?
Well, because it didn't hurt as much as I had dreaded a bee sting would ever hurt. So I was like, that must have been just a dead bee. And I went back and the bee was dead. And I was like, I'm sorry. And he was like, fuck you. And like, I already died and then you stepped on me and I gave you what I could. And I was like, it felt like a little piece of glass. And he's like, noted. And he died. I lived my life serving an insectoid hive mind. And by the way, the final joke's going to be on you. So did you. And I was like, whoa, bee, don't. Like I'm a sentient primate. I'm going to live for 70 years. And he's like, just figure it out. All right.
Again, this is the first time we've done a Harmontown since I went away for 2.5 weeks. And while I was away, divorce.
Yeah, but the bee was a big deal. I'll never forget that day.
I think you're using the bee to deflect from your real emotions right now, Dan.
No. All right, let me look at my notes.
See, now you're using your phone. It's very classic Carmen.
Well, let's. We only have so much time. We have to give them a Reader's Digest version of our normally fast-paced show. Let's bring up Spencer Crittenden, the game master.
Hell yeah!
Just so that he's here when we.
Oh, I want that music to be louder. There we go. We're getting there now.
Does this work?
Hey.
This is a mismatch here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to fall down. All right.
Chair?
Well, at least we got the mic stand.
This is a school of visual arts.
That's fine. It's the golden age of TV. The money's gone, but the content is.
They're so into visual
organic.
arts. For the front row, it's perfect perspective. You look like you're sitting down on a table right there for the front row.
Okay. Is this going to work?
No, it's not going to. No.
Okay, well, all right, let's start with. We have to speed through my shit. Let's do a segment called. Do you have music cues?
Kind of. I'm doing it off my phone.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do a segment called Divorce Advice Corner.
Divorce Advice Corner. Hold up 1 second. Divorce Advice Corner. All right.
Yo, divorce advice. When you need it, it must be nice to give it, to see it, to receive it, to give it. Yo, you gotta live it.
Rapping while making a drink.
No, I'm just professional.
The multitasking rapper.
Yo, multitasking rapper. I got an app called Slack for my team collaborations. There's a channel for each collaboration. I fucked them out all across the nation. What happened?
Are we all gonna die here tonight? This is where we all die.
Wait, did you already?
That was You're good, man. This is a pretty good show so far. This is a lot better than the last few.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not as good as that animated
It's
show.
like a Swiss watch.
But they had time to finish that, and we're just.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my divorce advice corner is about. Please don't give me advice about my divorce. I like most people. I was actually uplifted. Like my wife and I, we got married. We decided not to be married anymore. So there's like two categories of people where you go like, you let people know, and it's like weird. It always feels shameful. You feel like you spilled like just jelly, like or something, anything. Like, well, so why do I anything. Nothing should be spilled, let alone like a lifetime together and 11 months after you threw a big party and said, I love God and her father, and I swear this one's for keeps. And then you're like, nah, forget it. It feels shameful. It feels terrible. It's like joining the Boy Scouts and getting like one yellow bead and then just being like, yeah, but I like computers.
Do Boy Scouts get beads?
What?
Beads?
Yeah, just don't get excited. They're just regular beads.
Why?
No, you wear them. You don't put them in your butt, Spencer. This guy loves beads in his butt.
Well,
all right.
I mean, sure, doesn't everybody? But I mean, Boy Scouts I don't think they get beads.
Well, they did in the 80s.
Oh, okay, whatever.
What do you think? Now they get like solar panels,
like Monster energy drinks or something.
They probably do get like a Pepsi. Yeah, they probably get like a TV and a scholarship to. What am I talking about? All right. So I'm just saying, like, so most people, you go like you broach the subject tenderly, and you go. Yeah, I don't know when to tell you this, but yeah, it's divorce. And most people are like, it's kind of it's nice because you're already in a shameful place, and like most people, they'll say, oh, I'm on my third, like did you have kids? And you go no, and they go, whew, dodged a bullet. But or they'll just go like, yeah, it happens, and then there's that like 1% of people that are like, well, did you try to make it work? And most of those people, they know you the least, and it's like just strangers. They're like, don't. It's like, obviously you're talking about yourself. Obviously, I yeah. Did you try? No, I didn't. I thought, we got married, and then we thought, what would be fun and pleasurable and inexpensive. And easy and the path of least resistance, and let's just do it without thinking about it. Let's get divorced. Like, we didn't think about it. Thank you so much. You asshole. You terrible, terrible person. Why is it that when married people hear that you're getting a divorce, some of them, not all of you, but they all feel like they're allowed to tell you that you made the wrong decision, but if divorced people tell married people the same thing, even though the divorce rate is like 80%, so there's way more of us. But if someone says, I decided to get married, and you say, I don't know about that, you're called a dick. So what are the rules that are applying? And it's always the same thing. It's like, oh, marriage is hard. Marriage takes work. So it's combat rules. It's like if you're a veteran, you're allowed to talk about 9/11 more. Like you're allowed to, like if you're a reservist, even in any capacity, if you've ever worn a uniform, like you're more of a hero, which is true. Like you've volunteered yourself for like hard ass like life-risking work, and so anybody that ever says like, I don't know if I should vote this time, Duke, and then Duke from G.I. Joe is like, hey, now knowing is half the battle, and you're like, okay, fuck, shit. I can't argue with you. Just won't invite you next Christmas. But it's like, so if the rules apply to the same rules apply to combat as to marriage, why are you married? Because it's not a fight, and you should just get divorced.
Just like combat rules.
Well, no. In combat, if you're like, this is hard, and you leave, that's called losing a war, which can have global repercussions. In marriage, if you're like, this is hard, we should leave, that's a victory. That's one of the two most beautiful things a couple can do in addition to getting married. Because it takes just as much bravery and just as much respect for the other person and just as much, like, I cried just as much. Like it's a beautiful thing, and most of us do it. We get married and then we get divorced.
Will you get married again, do you think?
Oh yeah, like 3 more times. No, my penis is a third nipple at this point, and I'm happy now.
Some people like that.
I know. Well, yeah. I mean, Evan Shapiro maybe, but like it begs the question: what is sex and what is just an overall deal?
I'm into gals, but I want to make out with Evan Shapiro's hair. His hair is really good. You like his hair?
Yeah, I noticed it. Well, people are starting to mention it. It's becoming famous hair. It's
good hair.
I feel like it's by his design that it's becoming
Yes, of
famous.
course. No, I don't think there's a lot of work into it, but I think it's he's got something special going on.
All right. Next
I'm
segment.
saying he didn't have to go into creating TV special video demand platform thingies. He could have just been a hair model.
Yeah, no, yeah, he doesn't. He probably doesn't have to do anything. I'm
That
sure
means
he
he
was
must be
born
really
rich,
good
right?
at doing TV if he's right.
What?
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, okay. Well, I'm racist. I wanted to bring that up. Yo, I'm racist. Okay. I really am. It's official now because
I've never doubted that for a minute.
well, okay, I did, and now I'm like.
Well,
really,
yeah, like you said earlier today, you obsess about race, but what's the difference? At some point,
right.
you can cross a Rubicon of obsession about race.
And I crossed it today because I was like I was sitting at the hotel bar and there's pictures on the wall of like famous people that I either stayed in the hotel or whatever, but it's like black and white photos, and so it's like it all has like this '60s vibe. And there's a guy laying in bed, and I was like looking at the camera, like he's like, I just assume it's just a wall of famous people, and I'm from LA, and so I'm just like, oh, it's just pictures of famous people that from the '60s that stayed here. And I was like, am I racist or is that Morgan Freeman? And you're like, no, that's Jimi Hendrix. And I'm racist.
I like
That's
that you
it.
think that Morgan Freeman stayed at that hotel in the 60s.
I love that. Well, I'm in my mind, like also that Morgan Freeman.
He was a full-grown adult. I mean, he might have been. Maybe he probably was. Yeah.
I don't know.
How old is
Like,
Morgan Freeman? Yeah, old enough. Yeah. He could, but that hotel wouldn't have been a boutique hotel back then. It would have been a flop.
Yeah. Speaking of racism, that hotel is like.
Also, the picture of all those paintings, if I can draw it out for you, there was what he thought was Morgan Freeman surrounded by David Bowie, Mick Jagger,
Well, I
Frank
thought.
Sinatra, Chet Baker, I'm like, and a young Morgan Freeman laying in the bed.
To be fair, a lot of those pictures I thought were Julian Assange and like a friend of mine from high school. It's like, I don't know. I go by like hats and eyebrows. I don't know. But I'm happy to admit I'm racist. Not happy. I'm sad. But I also don't want to fight.
But you're not like you're not a bigot. You don't believe that one race is better than the other, or some are worse than others.
I don't even think that's a tenable form of racism anymore. That's self-defeating racism. A true racist would simply hang back and notice race. And so I guess I'm one of them. I didn't want to be. I don't want to be. I hate it. I wish I could rip this white skin off my skeleton and throw it in the race garbage. And God will ensure that happens. But in the meantime, I'm a holdover. I'm a strange like skeleton, like in your museum. I'm like race noticer. That's it.
I feel like your hang up about race is also that you hang up about like men, women, me, you, the stranger, the friend. Like it's all about other. You know, it's about like it's like you're not xenophobic is the word maybe, but like it's like it's like strangers. Like you have a reaction to, and anybody to the extent that they're different from you, especially visually. Look at the look he's giving me right now.
No, I'm
but like it's like you have a reaction because you feel like it reflects on you in some way. Like you take an Asian guy walking into the room personally, not because you think that he's bad.
Well, they're usually there to kill me. At my behest, I hired them to train me.
Yes.
Pink Panther. Thank you, Evan Shapiro. Probably. I'm assuming that was Evan. He's a curator. Everyone else is like Dateline, TMZ. He confirmed it. He's racist. This will get buried on page 6 for sure. What do I got to do to get on the front page? What were we talking about?
Divorce.
So there's a lot of Germans in the hotel. Where we're staying.
See, here we go. Here we go.
So I don't know if this is going to be a satisfying story.
You're saying that there's a large German contingent like dwelling in our hotel right now, or
well, it's just like I don't know if it's like a ski team or something. Something's happening at the hotel. Like I just noticed a lot of.
It could be a convention of bankers. It could be all sorts of things.
I did well. Yeah, I don't. Who cares? I'm just saying, like I'm walking around and I'm seeing a lot of like blonde people, and I'm hearing like shugum fugum like
Shugum. Now, baby, you're putting.
And so I came out of my hotel and I get to the elevator and there was a couple, and they were waiting for the elevator too. But they hadn't pushed the button, and I know that if it's a German stereotype that they just thought that the elevator should heed their call. I don't know. That's not. I'm sure Germans are sick of that stereotype, but I pushed it for them, and then it. But while they were having this very hushed conversation, he's like, and she's like, and I'm like, okay, they're German. I think they could be anything. There's 800 countries. Who cares about any of them? Unless you're going to bomb one, and then it's like, well, what do they have? But they get into the elevator, but he waits for her to get in, and then he waits for me to get in. So I'm like, all right, like some weird German emasculation technique, and I kind of step in.
Oh, because he's letting you on.
Well, he let his wife or partner or sister, who I don't know, I'm not assuming anything, but he let her on. By the way, according to what is it?
Don't say Himmler.
No, the elevator. You would be surprised at what is actually etiquette for elevator.
The old school etiquette, like back in the early days when elevators were a new thing, it's supposed to be that you let the men go on first in case it's going to fail. That they will be the ones that die.
Because etiquette hasn't been like actually updated since elevators were dangerous. So it's actually, if you want to go by actual like books that have been published on the topic, the actual etiquette is that a man is supposed to take the plunge and get onto this disastrous new laser transporter and plummet to his death.
I don't like the one where, what's the one where the guy is supposed to walk closer to the curb than the woman? And they're like, some people say it's because
if it's uphill, and then because in case his brake goes out, then he'll just like drift into.
That's parking. That's parking. Yeah, you got to turn the woman into the.
You have to turn the woman toward the curb, like her back. But everyone always turns her front toward the curb. That's your woman is gonna like slide into the street. That's like, and there could be a car chase if you're in San Francisco.
Steve McQueen's coming to get you.
Yeah, the French Connection is going to happen, and you just lost a woman. So good luck getting insured.
I didn't know this. I was like, I don't know, 18, 17, and I was walking down the road, and it had been raining out, so I was walking on the inside of like what was I doing? Like she got mad at me for standing on the outside because that makes her look like a prostitute, right? Because you're supposed to walk on the inside. Oh no, the opposite way around. I don't know. There's puddles, there's prostitutes. I never figured it out.
Yeah, look for Jeff's children's book. It's puddles and prostitutes, and you open each page, and then you have the kid like go, and he's supposed to guess: is it a puddle or a prostitute?
If you're a pimp,
I'm collected from the heavens. Puddle, no, prostitute. World's oldest profession. I'm content with the lowest places. Puddle. Anyways, so I got in the elevator, and then it was just very quiet. I don't know if they were having a thing, like it was terse, or if that's just German regular stuff. Like
did they seem to be family or
they were? Well, it's
or?
My perception, but I'm American, so my perception is that God should be on your money and everybody should go fuck themselves. My perception is fucking retarded. Oh shit! God damn it! My perception is that word. My sister's retarded, and she just moved in with a woman who used to be a man. So fuck all of you. High roaded. All right. Get out, pull up!
This show brought to you by Bud Light.
It was terse in the elevator, and I wasn't sure. I don't know, because it's a stereotype of the German people. I don't know, but they were quiet. But then we ride down in silence, and he's wearing like a ski jacket, and she stared forward, and he was sort of like 45-degree angle, and I'm staring forward too, and I'm at the door, and it goes boom, 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 boom. Lobby opens up, and there's a pause, and then she steps out, and then I'm just waiting because now this thing happened up there, And then I look over at him, and he's facing, and he goes like this. He goes, "Please." And I fucked off. Like it was like Hans Gruber. Like please. He just gritted his teeth and closed his eyes. Please.
Give me 3 seconds away from her.
No. No wonder they didn't laugh. They all thought some weird thing. No, I'm saying the guy was like, please get the fuck off the elevator.
Oh, was it?
All right, not a good story then, I guess. No, it doesn't matter.
I was in the same elevator today, going up to my hotel room at the same hotel, and there was a family of French people, and they were clearly mother, father, and child. And I think there were two, teenage children. And they were all, kind of giggling and laughing in French, which I only know a few words of. And they were kind of laughing, and then I came in and hit my button, but it didn't work because you had to put the card back in. So the wife kept putting the card in, and I kept hitting the button. But then somebody would come in and can I stop the elevator? And we had to keep doing it. And so I kind of made a joke. Before I knew they were all French, I hadn't heard any French. So now we're going up, and the guy goes, that's what not. Pa means not.
Right.
Yeah. So then they all kind of giggled, and I kind of gave him a smile. Then they went quiet for a while, and then he made another joke, and they all kind of sheepishly giggled. I looked back around, and I was like, I get it all the time, or whatever, because now they're talking about me, and it happens 3 times. I get off the elevator, and I go, bonsoir, and they're like, Oi!
Whoa! He knows everything we said. We were throwing him what we thought was cryptic French shade. Look at this guy. He's wearing the jacket. He's wearing the shoes. He's wearing the socks. He's wearing the jacket. Not. And everyone's like, oh, I think bread is breakfast. And yet we're thin. I don't know why. Well, probably because the bread isn't made by... Tyson Foods, a big sponsor of CISO. They figured out how to make making bread inhumane. Tyson. There's just big factories full of bread. Like, you thought yeast was beyond mistreatment, but you should see the videos. YouTube it. It's just guys stabbing with toothpicks, just hey, yeast! And they're just hitting the yeast, and the yeast is ow, ow! They've found more things about yeast's capacity for intelligence just from the abuse.
They found out that yeast consume more sugars and give off more carbon dioxide if they're living in a state of terror.
Yes, and it's more delicious. Have you ever had a great cookie? That yeast died scared. So complain all you want, but
that flavor is pain.
I guess fuck Christmas if I don't know. Just think about it for a little bit. You're New Yorkers. You probably aren't familiar with complication or dichotomy. This probably isn't a new thing, but there was a country station playing on the so do we have any country western singers in here? I just want to.
Anybody here been in a country band? Country music?
Yeah, it's not a big city for that, I guess, but I'm just parsing this, because I've never really paid attention. So the idea is, I listened to 3 country songs in a row. So the idea is, so you love outlaws because you have to, but also the Bible because you have to, and chicken and beer because you have to, and then just freedom. But the freedom is the most important thing. The freedom to like the Bible and outlaws? What is the... I don't understand. I like... All my fans are outlaws, and the outlaw style is here. We like to go shopping at Kmart. And I'm not the first person to point this out, but it's how could they be so... That's terrible. I feel bad for them. They're I'm an outlaw, but I like the Bible.
Yeah. And the Constitution, and the Second Amendment.
But I like bad nutrition, and I do too, but I don't consider that outlaw behavior. I consider that actually the moments when I'm most capitulating.
How would you align yourself, more of an outlaw or more
of just a guy? I'm just like a pig at a trough. And I'm like proud of it. And I'm like, this is good. Like CISO, sui. I just like, it's delicious. Like, who made corn for me? I love being a pig. Like, I never go like, plus I'm an outlaw. Because I would feel dumb if I did that. I think that would be dumb. Like, I don't think an outlaw should even be talking into a microphone. Like to an outlaw, he'd be like, "Why is this amplifying my voice? I'm an outlaw. I use lack of law to amplify my intent. I don't like microphones are for politics. They're for guys with big giant mustaches with grease in them, like the people that put up telephone poles. I'm an outlaw. I love not being in the law." But I love the Bible. Like the Bible. Like, I love the Bible. Like, the Bible is like all law. Like, it's like it's more laws than even just our laws.
Well, but it's
more laws. There's laws in the Bible that aren't even laws.
The New
it's like
Testament
extra laws. Like you remember the kid that was like loved math in school, and he's like, I'm going to spend the summer doing math stuff. That's what the Bible is. It's like extra law. But it's like laws that don't even make sense.
But the protagonist of the New Testament is an outlaw. He's wanted by the popos.
Yeah, but then there's a whole Bible about him. Like, they added him to the Bible because he did that. Is that what they're hoping? There's going to be a third testament with Waylon Jennings in it? Like, it's like, they're like, oh, this is how you do it. Oh, I'm an outlaw. I'm an outlaw. How come no one's crucifying me yet? I want a Bible about me, about how I went shopping and fucked those Shiites. I want a Bible about me. Well, you're going to have to learn more chords. First of all, by my definition, you have to learn more chords.
Yeah. Maybe the dance moves could use a little punch up.
How are we doing on time? Have I filled a half hour?
I don't know when exactly you and I.
My goal is to fill a half hour.
I think we're quite close, actually, to going on to the second segment of our cavalcade of stars tonight.
Okay, 2 more fun anecdotes about my personal life, which is very uneventful. I got into the elevator another time. This is what I do when I come to New York.
This show is a rich tapestry of ideas.
And my room is. I'm not even going to change the numbers. If you want to come kill me, just come kill me. Because I wouldn't know how to riff a palindromic number like this. My room is 611, but I got the thing and it's upside down. I thought I was in room 119. So I'm like, wait, one? I've never been. So it's New York. I bet the one is like up because it's New York because everything's vertical. Like, you go to Walgreens and it's like vitamins are 30 miles in the sky. So I was like, I got in the elevator and then there's 2 women in there and I was just like, oh, I don't know. There's no 1 button. And then like it opened on 4 and there was just some kid with like a luggage rack, and I said, "Hey, hi, Mike, how do you get to 1?" And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "What is 119? I don't know where to go." And I held up the thing, and he's like, "I think that's 611." And I turned it upside down, and I was like, "Ah!" And the doors closed, and I turned to the ladies, having been raised on television and movies, and I said, "I don't get out much." So, like, if you don't get out much, the one thing that you might be adept at is number reading. That's the one thing you can practice without getting out much. I just thought that was funny. I don't get out much. Yeah, you don't get out so much that you use the line, I don't get out much, and you think that that's just going to, like, make sense, and it doesn't. They're French.
Did they laugh?
Like, and the other one was like, and the other one was like, I surrender. And I was like, I'll step in, but it's going to cost you $70 trillion. It's part of a 50-year plan. Don't worry. We'll be done by 99. Okay. I'm racist. Divorce. Germans. Country. Brundlefly. Whatever.
What? I want to hear Brumblefly.
Oh, there was a guy. I was driving with the car driver. What do you call them? Drivers. You don't have to. You never have to specify the vehicle. I didn't come here in a truck. He said he was driving. This is not like he was driving like this, like a little tiny steering wheel, holding a phone. He went like it was silence and it was just driving, and then he was like driving for a while, and I was just on this huge New York high because by the way, these last 6 visits to New York, I'm like, wait a minute, New York's gimmick is that everyone's friendly. Like it's not. It was like an '80s thing that was like, everyone's so rude and they have so much to do, they don't have time to be polite. No, it's the city where they all live together, so they're like all much more socially adept than everyone that comes here. And you're always like leaving here going like, wow, that was really nice. Everyone's like really friendly and has like character, and even the mean people are mean but with an eye patch, and like everyone's got a gimmick. Like they live on top of each other. They're like they can't afford to have like issues. I mean, they can have issues, but they're like color form issues. It's like I'm going to take these issues, and they're good people. They're fun and they're nice, and I'm going to collect them all. But I was on this big New York high, and then I got into the car, and then the guy's driving, and it was like kind of silent, and I was exhausted with New York love. I was like, I'm so tired of talking about how much I love New York. And then, so I was just quiet, and then the driver went because I was quiet. He's like, and I wrote it down, so I'm reading it. I was driving this producer one time, Todd Black, and he said, I don't know how it is you do what you do. Silence. And I was like, well, now I hate New York. And I know how you do what you do. You press the gas pedal when the light turns green, and I mean, I know the traffic's bad, but don't suck your own dick about it. Like, that's crazy. You're not a hero. He would have been I'm sure Todd Black met him on a day when he didn't do that. And then Todd Black was like, you're great. I don't know how you do what you do. And he's like, I'm going to remember that. And then I got in the car, and he's like, you know what Todd Black said to me? And I'm like, well, now he shouldn't have.
I'm not sure I know what his angle was or your angle is on this one. Is he saying, oh, you're like all those producers, you're condescending, I don't know how you do what you do?
No, it was like there was silence, and he was like, this is that moment when someone congenializes with me. And it's not happening, so he was like, it's funny you should ask. I am kind of a hero. And I'm like, I was about to maybe come around to saying that after I caught my breath from buying a jacket, and now you're an enemy, and I hate your whole city. Hate everyone in it. Yeah.
Should we quest?
No. Let me do a rap about how I hate New York. Let me hit them at their most sensitive hour. Yo, I hate your city. I hate your city like a dude hates a titty. He puts it in his mouth from the north to the south. Gonna suck the milk like it was silk. These raps are bad, but New York, you've been had. You've been told you're better than Boston and Vermont. That's a state. What do you want from a guy that's not paid to rap? I'm gonna fuck your mama like crap. The boot goes in her butt. You're pressed. So what? CISO is the place to be. $4 a month for comedy. I fucked your mama till she started to pee. I put it in a glass and I drank it down. I said, turn that frown upside down. And I put it in the fridge, and I took your mama through the tunnel on the bridge. That's an expression you guys use in this town. Where you going? Hey, where are you going? Where the fuck are you going? No, that guy's got a show on CISO. He's leaving. He does one of the shows they're not promoting. It's called Collecting Matches. There's tiers. They don't tell you. There's like tiers of shows. There's like the good cartoon, and then there's my show, and then there's like at the bottom it's like $5,000 an episode. That guy's name is David Jenkins. He's got a show called Collecting Matches. It's not even a take. It's just he literally collects matches. Because it's a tax write-off if they have a certain amount of shows launched. It was like how many do you have now? 700?
Do you have any matches?
No, see, that's the whole episode. He just asks that. That's all he does. No, I don't. No one does. Why would anyone have matches? The smoking's practically illegal. We're not outside. It's a terrible show.
He's an outlaw.
He's not an outlaw. He's an outlaw to like Australopithecine because he can make fire, which is against the law because they probably had a god that was supposed to do that.
It's time.
Lightning.
It's time to move on to our second segment.
Okay, all right,
Oh, yeah.
all right. So we're gonna create a division here. That was just for press release. That was just for TMZ and BuzzFeed. And now we're gonna give you a sneak preview of our Harmon Quest content. Right?
Well, yeah,
that's what we're doing.
We're doing the live portion of what would later on be animated.
Right. We're going to play a fantasy role-playing game with celebrity guests.
Well, Ethan Fixell and David Doot, come on stage, please.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Why aren't the No, God damn it! Don't step on the fucking. Although it's been tested for 8 U's.
Do you have another mic?
Yeah, I think we're down a mic. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Cool.
All right, Dave and Ethan.
Yeah.
It's Dave and Ethan, everybody.
Hi. Stop it.
Come on, Mom.
You guys all know which one's Dave. Point at him.
The hot one.
Sweater.
Yeah. It's the hot one.
And you know which one's Ethan. It's the checkered shirt one.
That's me.
Yeah.
All right, good.
All right, we're on.
Okay.
I tried to sit, but I didn't know if it was allowed to sit or
No,
not.
no,
no,
So I don't sit until
Okay.
he sits.
No, take a load off. It's been a hard night.
No, like, be
Okay.
still forward.
Oh, okay.
Straight line. No, not toward me.
Okay, all right.
If you like to.
I'll just go fuck myself. Okay, sorry. Here we go. We're good.
Okay, so we're gonna play a half hour
Okay.
of
Yeah.
like.
Do we, just to make sure, do we have a half hour?
Yeah, we've gone very long already, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, have we?
What time do we need to
got 5
bugger off into the night? Because people want to get up and go like pee and drink at some point, I imagine.
Don't convince them of that.
No? Nobody does? You would stay... Oh, yeah, they are. I know. They all have TV shows.
I mean, use your voice. If you have information for us, let us know.
We got 10?
We got 10
Let's
minutes.
play a lightning round of
really?
Harmon Quest. Dave and
Wow.
Ethan have never,
Great
to
job.
my knowledge, you guys are not D&D or role-playing aficionados, right?
No, not on a
Okay,
stage.
good. This is perfect because some of the people that were on our show had not ever played it before. So Spencer will lead us off with one of Spencer's fantastic intros.
Well, no, you won't. I don't know why you think that. This is a-
We won't?
Yeah, this is the thing is, this is a standalone story. It's like a microcosm of what we're going to bring to you. But what we're going to bring to you with Harmon Quest is actually, it's been written by me in terms of the D&D story. And I had all this time to prepare. But this is like a 10-minute, attempt at recapturing that magic without any of the expertise or prep work.
So we're set up for success here, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be
yeah.
great.
Slam dunk.
It's gonna be the best.
got it.
10
Spencer,
minutes.
do you want Spencer music for the...
Is there anybody
No,
here
no.
that needs anything to be undercut in any way?
I just want to set everyone's we record for an hour.
We've all done it. That's all.
We record for an hour and we cut it down to 20 minutes. Here, you're going to see us play only 10 minutes. So figure it out.
Okay.
He takes it seriously, is the point.
That's my job.
You saw that. You saw that documentary about the guy that dreams of sushi and then makes a really high maintenance meal for you.
Yeah.
And it costs $700, and the whole time you're sitting there going, "I hope I don't eat this wrong." It's artisanal.
I should charge $700 for this. That's insane. Is that really what you pay for sushi?
Yeah.
Jeez,
You
you
do
guys
with-
are
with-
fucking
I'm
idiots.
sure it's.
All right, so
So now we get sheets.
Just go top to bottom.
We have 8 minutes left of this.
Yeah, that's what I'm. I mean, yeah, it'll be great.
Okay.
7:50.
We'll get a chance to start.
Oh, nice.
Then we'll go party.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Great.
I'm just going to start. Okay. Dan, you're playing a character named Fondue. Jeff, you're playing a character named Bone Weevil.
I can do it.
Bone Weevil.
Fondue and Bone Weevil, you're at the Earthscar Ale House, the local tavern around these parts. It's a dreary place for the lost souls that wander through town, enjoying the strong brews and dark corners. You're sat at the bar.
Hey, Fondue.
whoa,
I'm really drunk. I'm really drunk right now.
do I know him?
Yeah.
Hey,
What do you mean? Do you know me?
I wasn't talking to you.
You know me.
I didn't say that out loud.
Huh? Dude.
All right.
I mean, we don't know each other well, but we come to the same bar all the time. We speak, but you're always in a blackout drunk. You're a giant. What are you, a half orc or something?
Yeah.
Look, I'm just a little goblin. I'm just only little, probably, 3 feet?
But your conversation is interrupted by the arrival of two gentlemen.
Oh, shit!
Oh.
You see two brothers with matching facial tattoos. Actually,
Hello.
they're not brothers. They're clearly of different races. One's a half orc and one's an elf.
Oh.
Hearken. Is that? Do we say that?
Yeah, say
Hark,
hearken.
hark. Hello.
Hearken, hello.
We are seeking the crown of the Rat King, which might be found in the tomb of the Rat King.
For I am Divorcius.
And I am. It's for the bestiest.
Wow.
Yes.
Guys, I pulled him aside and I go. Do you know where the Rat King tomb be?
I have heard that it is in the tomb of the Rat King. That's what I heard. That's what Joe Schmagegi told me.
I use my knowledge of nature or the local area to. Do I know where the rat tomb is, Spencer?
Oh, yeah. No, everybody knows that the tomb of the Rat King is in the forest outside of town.
I say we put our drinks down, get the hell over there, and what are we looking for again in the thing? We're trying to find
the crown.
The crown
of the Rat King.
And when we get there, we're going to split the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Okay. Now it's good to say these things. It's like a divorce. You want to get this stuff set out before you get into it.
Right.
It's like a prenup for an adventure.
Right.
Okay. Well, then normally there'd be more of a refusal of the call, which would result in immersiveness. But this is more like a porno. So let's
just quick.
My sink's clogged. Let's fuck.
No.
All right.
Fondue. Refuse the call. I mean,
I don't know if I should do it. All right. Let's go.
Yeah. He reads my eyes.
I have a wagon outside with a couple mules. You guys want to get in my wagon?
How many wheels does this wagon have?
It's a two-wheeled wagon. It's not a great wagon. The horses are the front wheels, basically.
We're not used to those.
You have horse-wheeled wagons?
No, the horses work as front wheels, so the two wheels just fall over, but the horses hold it up.
Is there a safety harness on this wagon to ensure that
otherwise the things would fall off?
I say we get in it for the money shot. Let's go. Let's do it.
We shall go for the shot of money.
I have a few more questions about the safety
oh, God.
Yes.
features of this wagon.
I thought I was all
Should we
alone.
collide with a tree, we'll...
You already refused the call back in the bar. You don't get to refuse the wagon.
All right, I'll get in the wagon.
All right. Mules.
Oh.
Whoa.
Wow.
Right, pretty smooth, doesn't it?
Yes.
For a
Pretty smooth.
two-wheeled affair.
How do you reach you're so small. How do you reach the...
The horses do all the reaching.
Oh, that's right.
I just take a little whip and hit their butts.
Can we hit a tree to taste the harness? Or to test it and taste it. I'd like to taste the harness.
My brother
That's a
is
tasty harness.
Soon you find yourselves outside of the Rat King's tomb.
Oh, shit.
You're standing in front of a massive slab of obsidian in the forest outside of town. This black monolith seems to absorb all light, and a gray stone door sits in the center with golden script scrawled all over it. There's
Guys.
also a doorknob.
I don't think we should have left that bar.
What you drove?
I'm refusing the call in front of the
Okay,
thing.
well, you can't do that the whole adventure. That's just like an Eli Roth movie. It's just people going, don't do it, my eyeball. Anyways, guys, what do you think? You're the ones who are here.
I go examine the golden script to see if it's a language I know.
It's in Dwarven.
I speak Dwarven. I read the thing.
Oh.
It says, touch the door with your left hand and then just turn the knob and push.
I know a trap when I see one, fellas. Do I have trap sense?
Yeah.
We don't know what you're talking about because all that happened to you internally. I'm a stickler. That's entertainment.
I have perception. Can I check to see if this is a trap?
Oh, yeah. Let me see here.
Yeah. Am I going to get a dice roll?
Oh, yeah. You just got
Oh, yes.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
Why are you
does.
so excited?
Examining the door, it seems to be highly magical, but not trapped.
That's good.
All right.
Oh.
Somebody go put their left hand on it and turn it.
I shall put my left hand. I will not use my stunning fist, but I can. If I want to, just letting everyone know.
You have a stunning fist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He talks about him a lot.
Can I see it?
Yes, it will be featured in room 611 later.
Wow. I'll bring the magical lube.
Yep. It is stunning.
Oh, permission to open door with my left arm.
Doing those things, you open the door easily. It swings open, revealing a staircase headed downwards.
Hey, you there, town boys. Well, what be your interest in this rat crown? We've heard many legends. I've never seen your like in the tavern. Fancy talk. Game of Thrones talking.
Yes. On my face, do you notice the rat?
Yeah.
I told that rat one day that I would find his crown.
Nice.
But in the meantime, I would tattoo him to my face.
Oh, those are rat tattoos on your face.
Yes, that is correct.
I was there, and so I was in the background tattooing myself too.
Yeah, he's my bestie.
And
Yes.
you met a rat that died, and you quest to get his crown back. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
It doesn't exactly send a signal to the rats, don't fuck with these people. You kind of ended up worshiping them.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I'm a big rat worshiper.
You fed the trolls, as they say on Twitter.
Indeed I did.
You should take time every once in a while to tell non-rats, thank you, I liked my show too. Do a ratio of 3 to 10. That way when they say, I know you only respond to haters, so I guess you won't see this. Then you can tell that person, fuck you, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
I respond positively all the time, you little fuck.
Halt!
Right.
We know not what you speak of.
at all.
sorry.
No, not at all.
I saw angels in a different world where stakes were lower, but anxiety was higher.
Yes.
So we're inside the tomb right now, Spencer?
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. It's just a staircase, though.
Oh. I elect you to proceed first.
Okay, I'm little and agile, and I have dark. Is it lit? Dark? What is it?
Out of the corner of your eyes, Fondue, you can see as Bone Weevil heads down the stairs. The brothers, they seem to be drawing their weapons as if in ambush.
Stop! Bone Weevil! Don't! These guys... Whoa!
Ah, you believe the rat story, I see.
No!
Ah!
Yes.
I go back up the stairs.
You damn it!
I only went down a few. I'm little. I only went down like 3 stairs. I'm back up.
I have acrobatics. Can I chase him down?
I think he went up, though.
Okay.
I went up. Okay, I go back down to meet everybody.
I guess I misheard.
No. Actually, I go down 1 step so I keep a height advantage
Right.
to level the playing field, and I draw my rapier.
I'm sorry, what was that?
My sword.
Oh.
It's
You know
spelled,
what he
it's spelled
said.
rapier, but it's a sword.
It's not that kind of crowd that's been established.
I apologize. I shall put my stunning fist away.
I think they like stunning fists.
No, they like that.
Oh.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like
Okay.
you're Kevin James. You're at home jerking off. That's fine.
Totally.
Yeah.
You guys are in some sort of standoff situation.
Don't drop your weapons. I draw my bastard sword.
All right.
Ooh.
Now everyone has drawn their
Not everybody has to die here today. In fact, nobody has to.
I offer a tree token.
It's a strange ambush tactic.
Yes.
Oh.
It's a.
I say to Fondue, don't fall for the tree token thing.
I'm falling for it and being intrigued by it are two different things.
Yes, I too am intrigued.
You gonna take my tree token?
Tell me more.
Well, you take my tree token, and now that you've gotten us in here, you just walk away and let us have this rat treasure for ourselves.
I continue up the staircase while they're having this conversation.
That's the confusion. It's a downward staircase.
Okay, then that's what I thought first. I'm
so
going
you
back
can't go-
down the staircase now. Because I think I want to get to this crown before they do, and then I'll have the leverage.
Suppose I took your token and used it to once a month buy unlimited access
What?
to all previous adventures.
What sorts of adventures speak of?
Yeah, everything but Mr. Show. I guess. I don't know what happened there. I guess because it's HBO.
Almost comprehensive.
Yeah, and not Community because that's Sony.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
everything that NBC has ever owned.
Right.
NBC, Nathaniel Balfavar
Button, yes.
Yes, obviously, Nathaniel. Great.
Check it. I don't know.
While they do industry talk, I examine the bottom of the staircase.
Oh man.
Oh.
You just see a circular room. Its walls are peppered in fist-sized holes. You can hear the chittering of mice and rats.
Oh,
For I have fists that stun.
What?
These holes, which are shaped fist-sized.
You've been here and punched here? Is that like me in Wisconsin? Like you're? What are you saying?
for the sake of this, I run back up the stairs and go, guys, there's fist-sized holes down here. You have a stunning fist.
Right.
Oh!
what I
I thought you were okay.
I was Game of Thronesing it.
Oh,
Terribly. I will punch every hole.
And I will go on the other side of the holes if there's a door that leads me to that area, and I won't know who's punching through those holes because it won't matter, and that'll make it hotter. And glory be to us in this world of holes. I'm just trying anything I can.
It all is wonderful. By the way, did I tell you about my vow of poverty?
No.
I'm going to turn to the dwarf over here,
I'm a goblin,
the
asshole.
goblin, and say, while they're dealing with this crap, let's get this crown. We shall form an alliance.
Well, but don't we have to? I think we probably have to put a fist in these, like these.
yeah, he did it.
Yeah. I'm sorry
yeah.
about my dumb joke.
He fisted the holes.
I was Yankovicing.
All right.
Punch the holes.
Well, let's see. What happened, Spencer?
You get bitten by rats.
Oh!
I was here for you, rats!
That's what happens when you draw swords on people on stairs.
So he tries every hole and doesn't work. Just rats are in there.
I mean, you could. They appear to be mouse holes.
Oh, they're mouse holes.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not for stunning fists. They're just for mice.
No.
Is there anything else in the room?
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, let me see here. You see what looks like a stunningly beautiful woman.
You've already fisted those holes, but I can now use my burning hands on the woman.
I blush and I go like, sorry about these guys. I just met them in a bar. And it's like
All right.
happy hour.
He's using burning hands on the woman.
Yeah.
You spread your hands and shoot fire all over the room.
What? Wow.
It swirls around and consumes many rats that are lying around on the ground.
But not the woman, I hope.
You realize that woman was never there. It was just you just were so bad at looking around that you thought you saw something.
Again! Always.
Like
imagining
usual,
women.
yes.
Now, watch this. I look around.
All right. Well, you see a very obvious door. Not a woman at all.
A door that is here on demand
What?
that you can watch open anytime you want. Am I trying too hard to integrate?
Does the door open instantly so that you can be entertained by
Please,
this door?
it's curated. There's the door, like you can
You need
do whatever you want, but by default the door is already flapping open and shut
Right.
when you approach it.
Is this door constructed of materials across the pond as well?
Yeah, mostly because that's the cheapest. Like it's not Red Dwarf.
I go up to the door, Spencer. I go up to the door.
It's a door.
I open the door.
All right.
And I turn back before I open the door. I turn back and go, hey, remember that time you guys all thought you saw a lady and you tried to burn her first off?
I don't know what he's thinking.
I remember before that when you started to murder us. Like, did they draw the?
Yes.
All right.
But we made friends.
It's kind
But
of
we are
a delicate detente going on right now.
What do we see inside this new place?
Oh man, you see a hexagonal room. Metal coins litter the floor, as do rats who don't seem bothered by your presence.
Oh, they're nice rats.
The walls have crude carvings of rats, as well as crude carvings of a crowned man wielding a club, as well as crude carvings of a man sitting on a throne of rats. In the far wall, you see a rotting wooden throne, and in it, a skeleton wearing a golden crown.
Thanks, Obama. I don't know. Just trying. Just trying.
We have like 1.5 minutes left.
That's why. Why do you think that was a
Bring the
closer?
girl back!
No, she's gone.
So those three different rune thingies are in the way of the guy in the crown and the throne.
I'm sorry, what?
There was a thing with a guy with sitting.
There's
in the crown.
carvings on the walls.
Carvings on the
Right.
wall.
There's a skeleton with a
No,
crown,
it's
crown on
you
it.
sit on the throne. It's a pictograph.
Yeah.
It's instructions. There's a guy and there's rats, and then the guy sits in the. Is there a throne?
The throne is real.
And the guy has a staff, right?
No. What?
No, just shut up. No, don't shut up. I didn't mean that. I sit on the throne.
There's a skeleton sitting in the throne.
Well,
and it's wearing a gold crown.
All right. Okay.
Oh,
Take the crown.
Just go, yeah.
Take the crown.
take the crown! It's for the best seat.
Hold it! That crown.
What?
Everything else is yours. The crown is One-Eyed Willie's.
You're gonna give us all the rats? And you get the crown?
Were you doing Goonies?
Yeah, I wanted to create a dividing line in the audience between everyone over 40 and everyone under 20.
You succeeded.
Sadly, we're ending that on a Goonies reference.
Well, we'll find out what happens.
Ethan Pixel, David Duke.
You won't though.
Spencer Crittenden. Come on, Spencer, everybody. Thank you again, Evan Shapiro. Everybody at CISO for having us here. Thank you, New York TV Festival. Thank you, School of Visual Arts. I'm Jeff Davis. Your mayor, Dan Harmon, everybody.
You're welcome. Spencer Crittenden, your game master. I think we thanked everybody, right? CISO and Jeff thanked everybody. He didn't thank Natalie and John and Rupert, all of whom have cancer. They don't know it, but I talked to their doctor tonight. $4 a month is low. If you're gonna do it, do it now.
more rapping.
Oh, it's free for now.
No more rapping.
You're gonna see it, and then pow, Monty Python.
Everybody get the hell out of here.
Oh shit, Amy Poehler. Hell, all the comedy, all the time. CISO's gonna fuck it with a slice of lime.
Did you get any of that?
It's a good show.